welcome back to the Point. Let the food be the medicine and let the medicine be the food. I'm here today with Dr. YOUNIS SALMEEN. He's a faculty member at Kuwait University in the Nutrition Department. Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
It's always a pleasure to have you here on the show.
Likewise for inviting me, thank you.
Can you tell us more about the fact that over 2/3 of the population is either overweight or obese? What is the main reason behind that?
That's an interesting fact. It's been increasing the number of people that are suffering from obesity or overweight, and some of the contributing factors would be things related to lifestyle. Specifically, people are moving a lot less, they're using mobile devices all the time, they have less reasons to move, more technology in our lives. So that's a primary reason. But on the other hand is related to food. So a lot of people are consuming large portions, a lot of energy condensed foods. So they have a lot of choices around them that are less healthy and more packaged with calories, which helps them basically rack up a lot of calories over time throughout the day with less movement that contribute to a lot of obesity. And on top of all of this, the consumption of fruits and vegetables has been declining or has not increased to match the amount of basically lack of activity that we are suffering from.
That brings me to my next question, which is more about the trends, about the consumption of fruits and vegetables. Can you tell us more about that?
So a lot of studies show that fruits and vegetable consumption lags behind the other components of the dietary plate, which is protein and starch. Starch provides a lot of calories, proteins provide a lot of fat sometimes with them. Fruits and vegetable has not gained the same interest from the general public, and you see that with kids. They're avoiding to eat a lot of fruits, or it becomes the last thing they want to shop for in grocery stores. And with the cost of fruits and vegetables, they avoid it sometimes, and you see less of it on the dinner table, basically.
Right now we're in a grocery shop, so can you tell us, as soon as we walk inside, what are the things we should get and the things we should completely avoid?
I mean, the first thing we should do when we come to a grocery shop is to make sure we're first well fed. Because if we come to a grocery shop shopping and then we're hungry, we probably will go after the choices that in the first place
I could only imagine what we could get.
Right. So what we should do in the grocery shopping, first of all, when we come to the shopping area, we should be well fed. Then have a list in mind. Have a list of items that we thought about ahead of hand, and then start with the fruits section and vegetables, because you don't want to do that the last thing when you're running late or you really saw that you got a lot of stuff and you avoid them. So first thing you should do, go to the fruits and vegetable section.
And that's what we've done today.
That's why a lot of shopping places try to put the fruits and vegetables in the beginning of your shopping to encourage you to consume them.
Can you tell us more about the products, the food products, and when it comes to this selection, what are the things we should look for and consider?
So when we try to purchase new products or products to put in our house in the fridge, we should try to go for less processed foods, more wholesome, more natural. So you see the fruits, for example, around us, all natural products. That in itself is fantastic, but it gets complicated when we go to the packaging section. What is natural, what is wholesome, what is less processed, and we hope to get a chance to go over some of these products maybe to help the individuals
definitely.
watching.
I think we're going to go to the food section, so let's check it out together. Dr. YOUNIS, in the fruit section, you were telling us more about the correct way of selecting the food products. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, so the best way in the grocery store if you want to select products is to refer to the nutrition facts. In any products almost there is the nutrition facts. For example, if we take any products in here, this is a cereal box, for example. There are good choices and bad choices, for example. Good choices will have something that is desirable, and poor choices will be something less desirable. So, for example, you will have a product with increased saturated fat. You want to limit that as much as possible. So a good choice would be the lowest amount of saturated fat compared to another product. Also the amount of sugar directly listed. So you want something with the least amount of sugar compared to another product. You want it to have less calories per serving, and it says here, for example, as well as you want to have less cholesterol and sodium. So if you refer to those, you could compare two products side by side, and you will get better choices and better products for your selection.
Very interesting. Can you tell us more about the fact that a lot of people want to get low calories, a product with low calories, however, they don't really consider the nutrients in it. Can you tell us how to get a well-balanced nutrient food and at the same time with low calories?
That's an excellent point. So again, if you go after only the calories in the product, and this is listed, we can, for example, go and pick up a soda from the grocery, and it will have the amount of calories, but will have zero amount of vitamins and minerals. So the best way to do it is to pick a product that has some calories, but for those calories will have a lot of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients listed as well. So if you take any of these products, we'll have, again, calcium, vitamins, fiber. A product that has calories, the same amount of calories, a better choice will have more of those as opposed to the other products.
Very interesting. So it's all about balancing all the nutrients out. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here tonight with us and sharing all those useful information.
Thank you for having me, and I hope to have another talk with you guys.
It's always a pleasure.
Welcome back. We are still talking about obesity in the state of Kuwait and what exactly we need to do to eliminate it from being stronger and bigger. Right here on my right, another distinguished guest, and his name is Dr. YOUNIS SALMEEN. He's a member of the faculty right here at Kuwait University, and he is well known about nutrition department and also what to eat and what not to eat and what exactly you need to do to avoid being obese. Correct, doctor?
Definitely, obesity is a rising problem. So
I know.
We definitely
welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us. In the state of Kuwait, we were talking about habits and lifestyle and what exactly you need to avoid, not to gain more weight, but you cannot avoid it. You have to gain weight every once in a while, not to mention in Ramadan. In order to eliminate gaining weight, you need to change your lifestyle. You need to change your eating habits, correct?
Absolutely.
What exactly we're talking here?
I think the obesity, as we see, it's increasing. Large number of the population, maybe up to 70% are overweight or obese. That's including in the pediatric as well, like children are also suffering from the same problem. What is obesity? What does overweight mean? It means increased risk for having diseases when they're young or when they're older. So that's what obesity is defined typically in the health sense. However, in the non-health sense, is you're standing on a scale, you're large, you see that your weight is increasing over time. Lifestyle is contributing to this because we are less
active.
We are less mobile, but we use mobile devices, right? We're not moving as much, and we're using technology, so we move even less and less. We use cars all the time. All of this makes our body spend less energy. And then we eat this really large portion foods, large meals, very rich meals, rich in a lot of energy, not necessarily all the nutrients. Not only fat, sugar, all the calories, a lot of these things. So it makes it very hard for the body to spend the energy. So you sort out to resort to what you do, store it. If you have a lot of money now, what do you do with it? You store it.
You store it.
So the same thing.
The fat stores itself in the body.
Yeah, you store a lot of it. Any energy, whether it comes from fat or generally any calorie, you store it as fat, and that's why we
What about food? Okay, if you're not going to exercise, be more active. What about the food itself? You mentioned that you have to, eat less food with high energy and healthier, and stay away from the fast food and processed food.
So in the nutrition academia, we don't want to label food as so in the academia, we don't want to say that this is really bad food, really good food only. We want to make sure we are normal, so we eat a lot of food. So there is better choices, let's put the word, right? We don't want to make kids especially are afraid when they eat a cookie, either they eat it and they continue to eat it because they made a mistake, or they don't eat it ever. No, they could approach these things. And I think the whole idea of better quality food is what we should start up, teaching people about from childhood at the dinner table, giving better choices slowly. all of these contributing to their feeling better. You know, if I tell you today, would you eat pizza or would you drink soda? You could think about it as, oh, this is really bad, this is really good. These things we need to educate people about. How to approach better choices. That's
wonderful. How about the food that you eat? You are what you eat. That's the way they say it. You are what you eat. And also it affects your body. Not only the body, we're talking about the hair, we're talking about the teeth, we're talking about the skin, the color of the skin. All this is a reflection of what exactly do you eat.
Absolutely. So how do we grow? We grow based on the food we eat. That's the nutrients. Even the plants you grow, if there's better soil, they produce better food, better fruit, right? If you go to eat a fruit, where it grows, it makes the flavor, the difference, right, in flavor. Same thing, your body needs all these good nutrients. Now, when we eat a lot of processed food, we lose some of these nutrients, so our hair, our skin is less quality, let's say.
We have a colleague of yours. She's on the line right now, Dr. Lamia. Good evening, and thank you so much for being with us, Doctor.
Good evening.
We have your colleague right here beside of me, and we were talking about what exactly you need to do by not gaining all the fat, especially in Ramadan, and it's about, what is it, 50 days from Ramadan, maybe more, maybe less. How about that?
Just about 2 months.
I know. Thank you so much for being with us. You can enjoy the conversation with Dr. Younis.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Younis. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Lamia. Good, thank you.
Doctor, could you tell us the difference between the experts right here in the state of Kuwait? Everybody now is considering himself or herself an expert in food, dietitian.
Yeah.
And others, they say, you know, you are crowding the market about not having certifications to allow you to, advise people what to eat and what exactly you need to avoid. So what is the difference between the dietitian and the nutritionist?
Okay, that's a good question. So what is typically or commonly known when you say a nutritionist and a registered dietitian, and I mean this in primarily other parts of the world, and I'll start with that first, is when you speak about a nutritionist, that's a very loose term. And basically, they don't really need to have any special qualifications. So it could just be someone who's done a weekend course in nutrition. They can come out and say they're a nutritionist. Or, but then again, not to hinder the other people who have actually done a bachelor's in nutrition. However, there's a big difference between a nutritionist and a registered dietitian. So a nutritionist is a loose term anyone can pretty much use. Yeah?
Yes.
And then when you move on to a registered dietitian, well, they have to have a set number of things to be called that. And so they usually need a bachelor's from, for example, a U.S. university that has to be accredited by an accreditation council, and they need a minimum of academic requirements to do something called an internship. And then they do an internship, which is about 1,200 hours, a minimum of 1,200 hours, which is about 8 months doing their internship rotation. And usually
that's equivalent to a 1 semester, isn't it?
No, it's equivalent to 2 semesters.
2 semesters?
Yeah.
That's more better.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Younis here would like to intervene and ask you a question. How about it?
Absolutely. Good evening, Dr. Lamia.
Good evening.
Nice to be with us. So from point
She's watching you right this camera
so
here.
From your point of view, how important for people, the average individual, to ask about the actual qualification and to say, if I'm going to go to see somebody to assist me in my lifestyle or lose weight or combat diabetes or hypertension, how important is to seek a dietitian versus somebody who claimed to be a nutritionist? How important is that?
It's extremely important because a dietitian actually knows what happens to the body. They know the physiology, they know the psychology, they know the biochemistry that's occurring in the body. Compared to someone who's done nutrition, yeah, fine, they could probably speak on the masses, so public health, maybe they could go towards. So everybody needs to, lose weight by decreasing their soda intake. That's fine. But you would need a dietitian to be able to do counseling with a patient. And the problem is here, a lot of people are giving recommendations to patients, and they don't have the background knowledge, and they're giving them dangerous information.
Absolutely. So would you say it put people at risk?
Definitely. I mean, unfortunately now we've got social media as well, and you're seeing so many people on social media giving their opinion, and that's their personal opinion, but it's not based on research, or it's based on one research article, and they make that the law. And that's very dangerous because they don't know how to translate that research.
So, Dr.
information
Lamia,
into
you
nutritional.
think that we need more legislation and also criteria to become a nutrition in the state of Kuwait?
Definitely. I mean, they are working towards it. They are working on the, what they would consider the equivalency of an RD here, but it's still not stringent enough or strict enough for a person to be able to label themselves as a registered dietitian.
One final question from Doctor. Anything you want to add?
No, I think she's really told us exactly what a wonderful point. Thank you, Dr. Lamia. I think you're spot on this, and you shed the light on how important it is to seek the right credential, because it is dangerous to go to people who are not trained. And you see this internship, people get trained. Would you go to an operation knowing that the surgeon never received any training after the textbook?
Of course not.
Imagine people not receiving the textbook. Would you now even considering that?
No.
So that's what's happening with nutrition. Some of them never received even any education.
The problems nowadays, everybody consider himself or herself an expert. Not only in nutrition, they consider themselves experts in politics, trade, medical, you name it, they have it. Anything. Do you know why? Because we have not enough legislation to, to nip the whole thing in the bud.
I think that's one thing, but I think we want to educate the consumer. I always tell people one thing, and I think if they really could get this pinned down, they could use this throughout everything. When you go buy an electric device, let's say a refrigerator, what is your first question?
Look for the best.
What do you say usually? Made in where?
Made in where?
And if they told you it's made in XYZ country, you change your mind sometimes, or
That's
all
correct.
the time.
I know.
So why do, when we go to our health, I never seen somebody ask
because people look for the easiest solutions. That's
they're
why.
being tricked. So if we educate people that they have the right to ask or know, and that they should get the best trained individuals, then they're going to be people actually saying no. Thank you.
Okay, doctor, because we are almost out of time. In the state of Kuwait, the element of the weather controls our activities. And people think that if I want to go to the gymnastic, that means I have to pay more, and probably I don't have enough time to go there, and etc. And the lifestyle, it's not being merciful to you. So what exactly we need to do? To eat less?
Excellent point. So what I do in my practice, and I coach a lot of people throughout, and I go through the program with them. The very first thing I do, I look at their lifestyle movement. So I do check how many steps typically they make in a day. You can't tell somebody who moves 2,000 steps a day, go to the gym. It's never gonna happen. And honestly, most people gain weight not because they're physically inactive. The primary cause is they're eating the wrong foods, and a lot of it. So if you want people to do better with their weight, is first you work with the food. Once they understand that, then we introduce what we call lifestyle movement. If you never exercise in the gym, it's unlikely that you will actually stick to a gym regimen.
Every once in a while we go to the supermarket to buy some groceries to your house or probably somewhere else.
That's where it all starts.
Right? I know. And you go to the shelves and you read organic foods.
Right.
You read something else food.
Right.
Us here, the local people here, they're kind of ignorant about these information. Could you clarify the organic foods for us?
I wouldn't say ignorant. I would say it's just
it's also
not
very
enough
expensive.
information right now about it. So people hear it and it's like it's a popular thing.
Organic.
However, the word generally.
Trying to show off this is organic.
I think it's a marketing slogan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There is not enough research at all to verify that organic is better than non-organic. That's the first thing. Two, organic is very expensive.
Very.
So if I keep telling organic, I don't want to promote. It's fine. If you have extra money, go eat the organic. But for the average individual, they should not worry about organic. Two, there is no one criteria that define what organic. So one country in Australia says organic has to have this.
So it's a bunch of baloney. Something like that.
It's not very well established, so let's not waste money on this. If you have extra money, you're willing to spend it, fine. But the advantage of having it if you don't have money, it's way, way less than actually skipping that and going buying more fruit and just eating more fruit as opposed to looking for just organic fruit. So I would not advise people to go
Hold this
after
thought
organic.
because we have another caller.
All right.
And she's also an expert about organic food and expert about what exactly we need to put in our stomachs. Dana Al-Mutawwa, Masat Allah bil khair. This is in Arabic. Good evening and thank you so much for being with us right here on the program To The Point.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you are an expert and you have a ranch or a farm and you are, producing all the people that they need regarding the nutrition food, such as, vegetables and organics. So what exactly you can tell us right here in the program?
I'd like to start by saying thank you for having us, and that I'm very happy to hear that Kuwait is becoming more aware about where their food is coming from, and I think it's very important for people to follow the food trail all the way down to the farm or to the slaughterhouse or the butcher house where their foods are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing a very big growth with individuals who want to see how their food is being produced. Whether it comes from a restaurant or from a farm or from the Jam'iyya or from a supermarket. And we're happy to see also that a lot of restaurants are changing the way they are now. You're seeing there's a huge rise in fast food chains don't exist anymore, and you have all these new cafes and concepts coming up which produce more local flavors. We're actually turning into the food capital of the GCC.